Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of The Math Magician. Here on this episode, we'll be continuing last week's episode about the Nikilam Method. Last week, we covered that when multiplying two numbers that were close to a base number such as 100, 1000, or even 10,000, we can first subtract the number from the base, so in this case, minus 8, minus 4, and then we'll put the slash down here, leave two spaces because the base number has two zeros. Then we'll subtract or add crosswisely. So 92 minus 4. So 92 minus 4 or 96 minus 8. So what will that get us? So 92 minus 4 will give you 88. 96 minus 8 is also 88, so we get 88. Then we multiply the other two numbers, 8 and 4, to get the other two digits, which are 3 and 2, 32. So the answer would be 8,832. So that's what we covered last week. And the numbers could have been above the base as well, in which case we would simply add instead of subtracting. Now, what if we had one number above the base, such as, say, 104, and one number below the base, such as 96? How do we multiply it this time? Well, it's pretty much the same thing, but there are a few differences that may be confusing. So hang tight. Anyway, so we know that 100 plus 4 will give us 104. So 100 is our base number, remember that. And 100 minus 4 will give us 96. Now, we follow the same rules. Subtract or add crosswisely. So we either subtract 4 from 104 or add 4 to 96. In either case, we'll get 100. We keep our slash, leave two spaces. Now we multiply 4 and 4, but really it isn't 4 and 4 or positive 4 and positive 4. It's actually positive 4 times negative 4. If we do that, we'll get negative 16, which will not really help us and will not give us the correct answer. So how do we do this? So let's move this aside here. So we get negative 16, correct? Now what we do is we subtract 16 from 100, which will give us 84, which we place right here. And you might think that's done, but if you check your calculator, that answer is actually wrong. There's one more thing we have to do. Since we subtracted 16 from 100 to get these two numbers right here, and we didn't subtract anything over there, we need to balance the scales a bit, as they say. So instead of just leaving the 100 as it is, we subtract 1 from it to get 99. So the answer would be 9,984. So that's pretty much how you would do it if you had one number above the base and one number below the base. It does seem a bit confusing about why you have to subtract the 1 from the number on the left side of the slash, but that's how the rules state. And I will explain why the rules state that in another episode, because it is pretty confusing and it'll make sense to you when I explain it later. Now, we'll do one more example and end off this episode, which is getting pretty long. Okay, so let's take 106 times 92. So 100 plus 6 equals 106. 100 minus 8 equals 92. So we do 106 minus 8 or 92 plus 6. In either case, we'll get 98. Slash, leave two spaces, and then positive 6 times negative 8 is what? My bad. It's a negative 48. Sorry, brain freeze. I don't know. So no, my bad. No, it is negative 48. Yeah, it is. Wow, my bad. Negative 48. Okay, that aside. So we get negative 48. So 100 minus 48 is what? 52. Yes. So we put the 5 and the 2 here, subtract 1 from the 98, so we get 9752. 9,752. So that's That's another scenario for the Nikilam method. Next week, we'll be covering a totally different thing, and a few weeks after that, I'll explain this method more thoroughly and why you have to subtract the 1 from the left side of the slash. So, stay tuned for next Sunday and see you all then.